It sucked to like be near campus but not really be able to like go into campus too much. I mean, like Powell and everything wasn't really open and stuff for like people to access, so.
I'm an out-of-state student, I'm from Texas, so I was home all of last year. Just having that adjustment period would have been nice kind of like as a first year and in terms of like making friends and stuff because I didn't really know many people coming into UCLA.
I was so excited to live at least on the hill and kind of get to see people and be on the campus. That was hard. I remember I definitely cried that day when we got that email. Oh no!
It was kind of three waves. At first we were gonna have housing in a triple and then they moved it to doubles and then they moved it to singles and then ultimately we just didn't have housing at all.
For me, I definitely did think that I would get housing because, you know, I was pretty set in stone up until August, and then they released like the announcement like a week later after like housing assignments got released. So I was pretty bummed about that. I definitely think I was robbed, like of a certain part of it at least, you know, like not getting to go to my freshman year Bruin bash, like not getting to like have these like true Bruin welcome events like in person. Like I think, you know, like not having Bruin Day. Like I remember one of my friends got admitted to UCLA like 2 years before I did, and seeing him go through like the admittance day, like Bruin Day, and like just like everyone being here and like seeing that environment was like, dang, like I wish that could be me. And then COVID happened and obviously couldn't be me.
It's just nice to see other people and be able to make other connections beyond just like the two people you may know over Zoom, because then it's like you can like form study groups and you can kind of like, you know, you're not struggling alone. It's kind of like a collective struggle and you can help each other.
Something that's been so great about being here at college is all the friends I've made, and it's really hard to do that online. You can have Zoom conversations with them sometimes. Besides that, it was really difficult to maintain a relationship with somebody. I love being around people, and I feel like that was definitely the biggest thing that I was taken away from not being in person last year.
Honestly, just sitting at home, doing all my work, like getting it done, was more of a task, and now I have people like to physically see that struggle with everyone. It kind of bonds us, you know, like the trauma bonding thing. Even going to class, honestly, every day, you get to get more oriented with campus, get to be around all these people that are like in the same boat as you, whether they're struggling or doing well. Like you always have people to rely on and count on. It's kind of like, it's a fun time, and it's like a movie, and I really appreciate being in person and having to walk up the hill like every single time I need to go back to my dorm, which I did it like 6 times today. My calves are loving it though, so I'm getting to find calves, so I guess that's a plus.
Majority of people were in the same situation, so we're all kind of just struggling together, figuring things out together. So I feel just being here now makes up for it.
Like I'm most excited to like get involved with more like in-person extracurricular things or like outside of academia.
Last year, campus I think was the most empty I'll probably ever see it for the rest of my life. I would say to myself last year that everything will be all right and you will get the experience that you hoped for through this sophomore year.
Honestly, this year just makes up for everything that you went through last year, and it just makes you extra grateful.
Things have changed since that last statement.
I definitely say keep going, man, because it's gonna be brighter on the other side when you finally get to experience like the social aspect of like being a college student, especially going to UCLA, like the #1 public school. Definitely, there's a lot to look forward to and enjoy every second. A little too much optimism there. Did not age well.
So just taking every day by day, and making sure to like appreciate all the positives and just be grateful for like where you are, because time does go by super fast. Even if in the moment you're like, I have no idea what's gonna happen in the future, just being happy where you are now and just being content where you are helps a lot.
I was like, wait, is that me? Honestly, I've started internalizing that piece of advice. Usually I say things and I'm like, I'm probably not gonna adhere to that, but I have been adhering to that piece of advice.
I decided to come back because I always really wanted to just get the full college experience, you know, since I was like taken away from me. I think dorming and like living somewhere on campus is a big part of the experience, I guess. I also definitely wanted to come back because I did not think remote learning would be extended for this long.
I think halfway through winter quarter, when we were like already home and stuff, Cornell was like kind of the first school to start shutting down, and then other schools started like following, like semester school. So then that was kind of getting me like kind of mentally prepared that our first couple of weeks might be online. So it's been a lot of like guessing work, I feel like, on our end, to like see other schools and what they're doing and then be like, okay, we're probably gonna be like following suit.
I found out through one of my friend's private stories, and she found out through a TikTok video. So I was like, wow. It was wild. It's definitely a lot to process, and I was like, I'm so excited. I feel like we'll be completely back to normal by the time it's sophomore year, and then here we are with a month, hopefully just a month, of online classes again.
At the end of last quarter, when we did the interview, I fully thought things were gonna be in person, especially because all our classes were scheduled to be in person.
The new variant just kind of crept its way up, and I thought too it would just be 2 weeks, which it's obviously extended, but I'm very hopeful that after this month that we have online, it'll go back to in person again. Because just, you always have to hold on to the hope just a little bit, because you just, you have to hope that one time the hope will work out.
I don't think we're going back in person. I know it's like unfortunate to hear. I know a lot of people have already made plans to adapt to like a more online version. Most of my friends, I would say a good chunk of my friends, aren't even back yet. Like, they're still at home. And this goes for like everyone, like in-state and out-of-state, which was wild to me, like I just couldn't imagine having like everyone need to be here fall quarter, and then 10 weeks later, nope, like you can stay as long as you want at home.
In terms of like, is this the new normal like college experience? I don't know, with like everything being kind of like online and potentially hybrid, maybe, but I feel like you can still kind of find that college experience, although it might not be to the most extent that it could have been if there wasn't a global pandemic going on.
Honestly, I do think that like just staying in your dorm while having online classes is like the new like the new college experience. Like that's just what everyone is expecting now. Being like that I came into an environment that started with online school and I'm still at online school, like I hate to say it, but I'm honestly really used to it.
I've just gotten kind of a little bit numb to like hearing the news that we're going online and stuff like that.
The adrenaline rush when you receive a new email from UCLA. You're like, ooh, what's it gonna say this time? Even though it's annoying that everything's so up in the air, it's also kind of nice that way, so that one day they could hopefully just say to us, we're going back in person. You don't have to worry about online anymore.
I'm just trying to do my best and like keep moving forward instead of like dwelling and being like, man, we're online again, because I don't know, I'm just realizing like this might keep happening in the future.
Especially people from my graduating year, like we really got like 1 quarter like on the hill. Like we just got 1 quarter at UCLA in general. I am definitely grateful to be here, like, and I think I'll always be really grateful to be here. Being here is just a gift like within itself. That's like my little cheesy like, oh, I'm so happy to be alive type of thing.
I expected my freshman year to be the most memorable just because everything is so new. So it was a bit of a bummer when COVID happened and I wasn't able to have that normal experience. But now I get to come here for sophomore year and it's really neat. It's kind of like I get to have a second freshman year.
I definitely appreciate like having that face-to-face interaction, like even if it's with a mask on, like having that interaction back again after being at home for so many months, like not really being able to see people, being able to be in person, even with just like your TAs and like a group of people in discussion, having people to collaborate with in terms of like doing homework with, or like even just studying with, or like going out with, like to downtown Westwood and doing things there. It's definitely a thing that I appreciate a lot more now.
I realized like the whole like idea of the college experience, like this is gonna sound really annoying and like cliche and like cheesy, but it really is what you make of it. Like it's not gonna be what it's like in the movies. Like I think that was definitely something that I realized last quarter, was like if I'm not putting myself out there and like trying to like try out new things, no one else is gonna like force me to do it. So I think it is a very personal experience and making the most with what you can do.